afternoon, everyone. Normally I'm coming at you in the morning. Today is an afternoon hike, and it is my first hike post getting off the Appalachian Trail. It's been about a month since I've been off, and I finally decided to get out. My foot's been better. I tested it out. Y'all probably saw my Disney vlogs. I tested out, went to Disney, was walking probably 8 to 10 to 12 miles every day at the parks, and I mean, they were definitely sore, but that's to be expected after not walking that many miles for a few weeks and then all of a sudden starting to walk it and doing it every day. I decided to come out today. I got new shoes. I went to REI and got some suggestions on what kind of shoes I could get, because clearly the Lone Peaks from Ultra were not working out for me. So I got some suggestions, and they asked me to try out the Hoka Speed Goats and see if those worked for me. I'm out testing them, and I mean, I can already tell a difference in the sense that I'm not feeling the ground. I'm feeling walking on a shoe and not walking on a ground. Like with the Lone Peaks, you can feel like every rock, every route you go over, like you're very like, I don't know, attuned into that, I guess. And with these, it's like if you go over a rock or root, you don't feel it, you just feel like you're walking on your shoe. So that's been interesting. I mean, I've only gone like maybe a quarter of a mile already. So yeah, I don't know, just something to note. Obviously, I'm not in the Appalachian Mountains, so it's gonna be different from that, but you know, I hiked in those Ultra Lone Peaks down here. I'm actually out on my favorite trail, Winding Waters, and I hiked in those Lone Peaks on this trail many a times, and I would notice, I would feel the ground, and I don't feel that here. So that's something I already noticed right away, so that's kind of cool. Since getting off trail, like I said, I did a lot of resting the first like 2.5, 3 weeks. And then I had booked my Disney trip thinking my foot would be better by then. So I had booked that trip, and my foot wasn't fully healed. And I was like, well, I guess we're gonna test and see if it's okay to walk on it. And it was pretty good, like I said. So I'm like, you know what? I took a few days after coming back from Disney just to rest and recuperate. And I have now decided to get back out now that I got these new shoes and give hiking more of a go again, give it another shot. Haven't been out on a trail since I left Hot Springs at Tanyard Gap. So, you know, it is what it is. So far, so good. You know, I've done a lot of research, and I never went to the doctors to figure out what it was, because it could have been one of several options, and all of them would have resulted in the doctors basically just telling me to ice, to rest, to not walk on it. Foot's just feeling better now. It's been a month of pretty much resting, minus the Disney trip, and I'm just happy to be out on a hike. To be out on a trail. I missed it. You know, I had a lot of comments being like, you know, hiking's not for everyone, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, or I got a lot of people that were like, peace out, I'm done with your channel since there's no more hiking. And I'm like, no, there's still gonna be hiking. Like, I was hiking well before going on the AT. All my videos were about the AT, and now it's just gonna be about other trails until I can get back out on the AT someday. So, and in classic Florida fashion, you know, left my house and it was bright and sunny, and now, as y'all can see behind me, we got the storm clouds rolling in, so I'm not sure how long this hike is gonna last for. I did bring an umbrella, but if it's lightning and thundering, I probably should just head back to the car, because that's not really safe with an umbrella. I should have brought my rain jacket and rain pants and did that instead, but you know, it is one of those. So anywho, I am, oh, there's a baby gator. Let me see if I can get this. That is the tiniest baby gator I've ever seen. It swam away. Literally like a foot long baby gator. Like that baby gator was probably just born like maybe a week ago. Let me show you my shoes. So these are the Hokaspi goats that I'm trying out. They are bright pink / orangey coral color and purple. Yeah, I know. The brightest colors you can find. I feel like since getting off the AT, I've been more into buying stuff with bright colors. I don't know why. I feel like I just am. I feel like that happens to a lot of people on the AT. Oh, another thing I purchased since being home are these Gooder sunglasses. They're about 30 bucks. They're running sunglasses, but I figured they can double as hiking sunglasses, and I like them. I've worn them on all my walks. Like I've done like small little walks around my neighborhood just to stay active, like less than a mile long, a mile-ish around my neighborhood, and they've worked out great for me. So this is the first actual trail trial of them, but seem pretty good so far. Definitely would probably bring these out on the AT with me if I were to go out for a through hike, or actually I'll probably bring them for any hike that I do, just for sun purposes. I also have this watch, which I've shown you guys in other videos. It's meant to be like a running watch, like tracking your runs, but I'm gonna use it for hiking as well. That was one thing I mentioned in my, like, if I were to reattempt a through hike, one thing that I would want to bring with me was a watch, and so I figured I'd invest in it. I also will use it for running. As you all know, I am going to be doing the Dopey Challenge, which is 5K, 10K, half marathon, and a full marathon, January of 2024. So, you know, we got to have accurate stats and whatnot for that. Those are some serious storm clouds coming in. Oh, goodness gracious. But, you know, I think I was saying earlier, it's been really tough on me to not get back out on the trail, and I've never really lost the bug to through hike the Appalachian Trail. Like, I still want to see the whole trail. I just don't think this year was my year. As much as I want to get back on it, like right now, and like get out there, and I think I could probably make it at least to Virginia if I were to go back out before my foot would start hurting again. I just don't think this year, financially, time-wise, with this new goal to do the marathon in January, I just don't think it's gonna work out. I've alluded to the fact that I have an interview coming up for a job, and if that happens, like, definitely wouldn't work out for me to go back out this year, because I'd obviously have to work. But, you know, and this is like a dream job opportunity of mine that I've wanted to do since getting out of college, but really just never pursued getting out of college. So I don't know, we'll see. Part of me is wondering if I should turn around and go back to my car with all this thunder. I saw one lightning bolt. It was kind of far away though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this hike short. I don't know, I just kind of want to come on, ramble, share my feelings. I still want to hike the Appalachian Trail. I just don't know when it's going to be. If I could go back out in 2024, I would. But that would mean whatever job I get, I would have to quit again right away. And like, that's not really boding too well to my future job security, since, you know, quit the last job, then I would be quitting this, like, within another year, quitting another job. So that wouldn't look too well. Within that sense, I would either have to get a job and then with the intention and knowledge that I would be quitting, which, you know, I could do something like substitute teaching, but that wouldn't bring in a lot of money. And at that point, it's like, in order to have enough money to be able to through hike and like live on and stuff, I would, a mile in, I would have to in order to have enough money to do all those things, I would definitely have to like basically be working every day that I could substitute teaching. You know, I just, at that point, it's like I might as well just be teaching regularly and get paid way more to do it. I mean, there's that idea. There's also the idea of I could like Uber Eats drive, substitute teach when I wanted to, maybe like once or twice a week, Uber Eats drive for the rest of the time, and then continue to make these YouTube videos and make money through all those 3 avenues. But I would really have to be hustling. But with that sense, it's like I wouldn't have to necessarily get a job with the intention of quitting it, because all those are really like flexible. Obviously, YouTube I could continue doing on trail. Uber Eats, it's not like I have a boss really, it's just whenever I want to go out. I've done it before. And substitute teaching, you know, again, it's on my own schedule. I have a boss, but it's not like I work with directly one person. I would just be going out when I want to. And that's something I've definitely considered as far as being able to go out in 2024, is to do that. And I'm not saying it's not a possibility, it's just I have another option as far as careers go. If that job opportunity goes well and I end up getting it, I don't think I necessarily would want to quit within the year. It'd be less than a year that I'd be working for them to like just go out. I mean, there's a possibility of going for a leave, but from what I've heard, it'd be a very short leave, like a 6-month leave, and that doesn't really leave me with the amount of time that I would want to through hike in. I mean, 6 months is a good amount of time, but if I need to take more time, I don't want to feel like I have to get off because I have to go back to work. I would want to be able to extend it if I wanted to, which is part of like me wanting to go out this year, take my time with it, go out and do what I want. But anywho, honestly, just think 2024 would be really difficult unless I decided to go for more of like a gig job route, like Uber Eats driving, substitute teaching. So, I mean, there's that route if I really want to do 2024, but then there's also the sense of like I'd be doing marathon training all the way up until like basically I'm gonna start slowly working my way up to being able to run again, and that's what part of this hike is. Me going out today is getting some miles in just walking on soft ground, and eventually I'm gonna work up towards me running again, and then I'm gonna actually start like real marathon training in end of June, so I have a few months until then.
Okay, editing Laura here. I realized I never really finished that thought. So basically I meant to say, like, if I were to do 2024, which is still a possibility in my brain, I would have to basically go from marathon training, which essentially is like full-time starting end of June, but like kind of starting now. Today's the day after I did my first hike back. So it'd kind of be starting now, slowly working my way up to actual marathon training at the end of June. And then I would be doing that all the way up till January. And then I would be going straight into basically a through hike. So I kind of was like, I don't know if that would cause more of an injury. So that's kind of why I brought that all up, of like that being a factor for 2024.
Whoa, that's a big iguana. Just kidding, that's a branch. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. It's fine. Still afraid of animals, guys. Almost 300 miles on the Appalachian Trail, and I'm still afraid of animals. Yeah, everything right now is kind of just moving pieces, and I have to kind of see where they fall. Like I said, I still don't know what I'm gonna do as far as in 2024, going 2025, if that'll even happen that year, because who knows where my life is gonna be like in 2025. I don't know. If you ask if I regret getting off the trail, yeah, I do. But also no at the same time, because it's like, obviously I was injured to the point where it was like, wasn't gonna work out for me to stay out there. And I was watching Noni's videos today of her getting off trail and her discussing like her injuries and stuff. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I haven't watched anyone's videos since getting off trail. Well, not gotten to the point, but I've been at the point where I didn't want to watch anyone's videos. And finally today, I stumbled across her video saying that she was off trail, and I was like, oh my gosh, Noni's off trail. Like, she was doing so well when I saw her in a hot spring. So I don't know, just from like talking to her, said she was doing well, but I hadn't been watching her videos obviously because I was on trail. Seeing her get off trail and then her saying like she's gonna get back on, like part of me thinks it was like a rushed decision to get off and like decide just within 4 days like I'm not gonna hike anymore. Like part of me wishes I would have like waited like 2-3 weeks and then decided, okay, you know what, I'm gonna quit. Or I feel like if I would have waited till now, I would have probably decided to get back on trail this year, and I still could. Obviously I've said a whole bunch of like I've quit, I've made my I quit videos, if I were to go out and do it again, what I would do differently. And I've posed all these videos out and I put them out into the public and said I'm not going out, but part of me still wants to. I mean, I've looked at flights to get back to Asheville because that would be the closest airport to where I got off in Hot Springs. It's about, I think, like an hour drive from Hot Springs, or like 45 minutes. So I've played around with that idea. Wouldn't be too expensive to get back out there if I do it on the right day. No, part of me just feels like it wasn't my year, and it would be like a waste for me to go out and like I wouldn't have the true no-boat experience, because it's like I'm getting off in the middle of the thru hike. I'd be starting back from scratch again, so I don't know. And I feel like I would be rushed in the sense of like, not time-wise, like I would still have like 7 months to complete it before Katahdin closes. Like I'd be fine if I were to get on today, time-wise, to like make it to Katahdin before it closes. But money-wise, I feel like I would be a little bit more pressed than I would want to. I don't know. Part of me wants to still go out this year. Part of me is like, just save up and try to go out next year. And then part of me is like, next year's not really feasible for saving up money. 2 miles. Next year's not really feasible for saving up money. You need more time than that. And also, if you were to get this flight attendant job, you ain't going out next year. So what's the point in even putting that idea in your brain? Clearly I'm still struggling with it. Struggling with my choice to have even got off in the first place. Not happy how that all went down. But it is what it is. Anyhow, I'm gonna try to bust out the rest of these miles because it's getting really dark. The clouds are literally black over here. So I think I'm gonna go and bust out these miles and get back to my car. Of course, once I pull out my camera, it starts to rain. I just want to quickly say, okay, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna hold my hand over it so hopefully it doesn't get wet. But I'm about 3.5 miles in and my feet are slightly hurting. More so, I think, just sore. Okay, now it's really raining. More so just sore. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera away. Okay, hey, it's editing Laura. I realized I got to the end of the footage and I realized I never like finished my thoughts and I never really finished the video, so I kind of wanted to like wrap it up. So basically I was saying here, like my foot was feeling sore. Both of them were actually feeling sore, but I think it was more so like I was just tired from like not hiking
Obviously I've been going on walks around the neighborhood, but that's like on concrete. It's very different than hiking on a trail that's uneven ground. I was hiking on a mostly sand terrain. So again, it's hard to compare that hike to hiking in the Appalachian Mountains because one, I wasn't wearing a full pack. Two, I'm hiking Florida miles, so that's very different than hiking Appalachian Trail miles. And then three, I did 4.5 miles in like an hour and a half-ish, which 4.5 miles in the Appalachian Mountains would not have taken me, like it would have taken me way longer to do that. So like time-wise on my feet, it would have been a lot longer. So it's, you know, it's hard to compare the two. It really is. But it was a promising sign to me that there is hope that I could still go out and hike. So obviously you guys can see I'm still struggling with the idea of whether or not I want to get back on this year, whether or not it's even feasible for me to do that, whether or not I should try to go out 2024 to reattempt the through hike or wait till 2025. I don't know. I'm really still struggling with all the options. And I think the biggest thing right now is I just have to wait and see what happens with this job interview. If I get it, that will lead to certain decisions. If I don't get it, that'll lead to a couple other options that I could do. So I don't know. I just want to keep y'all updated. I kind of wanted to vent because I think my family is kind of sick and tired of me hearing me go back and forth on the whole decision. So I just wanted to talk to someone, and that was my camera. So y'all are welcome. I am planning on doing a little series here coming up soon where I take you all out on some day hikes around South Florida because I do want to get out and be in nature because I really enjoyed that. Pre-Appalachian Trail, I really enjoyed going out for day hikes and whatnot, and I miss it. For this last month being inside, I've really missed just getting out and like going and being in the sun and getting some exercise in and like sweating and all that. I've missed it. So I think it would be fun to do a little like day hike series and take you guys out on different trails and kind of like show you the different trails around here and like what wildlife there is to see. I mean, there's not any mountain views or anything. Obviously, we're in South Florida here, but there is still a lot of cool stuff to see. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys, that that's something that is going to happen on this channel, that there is going to be some day hikes coming. I know we took a little break, had some Disney vlogs, but there is some hiking to be coming to this channel very soon. So I hope y'all enjoyed this very chatty video, and if y'all made it this far in the video, let's do an emoji. I'm gonna take a Tara Trek's channel. She always does an emoji at the end of her video, so I'm gonna steal this idea from her. If you guys made it to the end of this video, give me a fire emoji and that way I know you guys made it all the way to the end. But anywho, I will see you all very soon in another video. Not sure if it's going to be a hiking video or what. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hiking video, but I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.